Hi, good morning and welcome to my Bajerski YouTube channel. I've just fed a new friend who is the squirrel. That was beautiful. And it's so nice to be here. Well, stillness. Okay, maybe an aeroplane, but it's not bad, right? How you all doing, guys? It's a beautiful day. Thank you so much for your messages last night. It's very kind of you. Just at the moment, I'm working on The Power of Moldavite on the final cut. We're going through it all now. It's going to be amazing. You're going to love this book as much as me. I tell you, it's such a great... I didn't realise how many stories and how many facts that I've come to learn over the years about Moldavite. So it's great. It's going to be a really good book. As you all know as well, I've been working for a number of years now on Bajerski.com's new website. We're just about there, really. We've just got a big company just finishing it off now, and that's going to be easier for you to use with all the dates of next year's upcoming courses, Pure Energy Healing course, Crystal course, Tarot course, and possibly we're working on a few retreats around the world, so it should be fun. So I might be able to see you all at least one of them at some point. And the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to try and do a worldwide talk at some point, traveling, so that will be nice as well, to have a day with you guys, in a nice room, conference room, and I can, we can have an afternoon together, and then at the end we can have Q&A, questions and answers, and should be nice. So there's a lot happening next year, and of course you all know, and lots of you are waiting for it, which is the Lighthouse membership, where we're going to really get into in-depth conversations which we can't do on here because so many people are now being banned and cut off from YouTube. So I'm very careful what I say with regards to many topics that I'd love to talk about, but it's impossible. We're all censored now. So that's why Lighthouse is coming about, for people who want more in-depth knowledge about what the spiritual world is, and things that we just can't really touch because they're taboo, and it causes controversy as well. And so that's it, really. What are we going to talk about today? Not really sure today. I was just feeding a squirrel just now, and I think the many years that I've been in my village, which is Mijas Pueblo, lived there for many years now, I've walked past donkeys every day, and I've seen the abuse and how they've been treated, by not only the handlers, but by people who aren't aware. And where do you begin? Where do you start? Where do you finish? Where do you draw the line? Where does it start and stop with animals? Like, do we have, should we ride horses? Well, horses love to be ridden, so why can't you ride donkeys? Well, the difference with the donkeys is that they are brought there in the morning at 9 o'clock, and they don't finish till 7, 8 o'clock at night, and they're lucky to get a break in the heat. So hot. So I think with everything in life, you treat an animal with love and respect, and you don't abuse the relationship between our animal kingdom and ourselves, and that's different. You stick an animal in a zoo behind 4 walls and it feels trapped. We were only talking yesterday that we came across 3 deers, and we realized that it was somebody's house because we were driving past Bel Air, and it must have been somebody's house with a big garden. And my love said, I thought, I've just been thinking about it. These deers are trapped. Well, to a degree, aren't we all? Aren't we all imprisoned and caged? So I think there's degrees of how we treat animals and how we love them, And it's a challenge for me, because I had two dogs, and I loved my little doggies, and they lived with us very happily. And I took them on 3 walks a day. Weekends we used to go off sometimes, and always take the doggies, you know. But then sometimes you have to leave the doggies for a few hours, and you know that people will also say, well, that's cruel, you know. So there's different degrees of how we treat animals and how we behave with animals. And I think ultimately when I talk about animals to people, I think there is a little bit of selfishness within us, that we want an animal to make us happy and to keep us comfortable. But then again, look at the animals in Korea. You know, they're eaten there. The dogs and cats are eaten. So there's different degrees of how mankind behaves towards animals. And I often say to people, you'll only know when spirituality raises when you see how humanity treats animals. And I think at the moment we're still way behind of how we treat animals and how we behave towards them. But then again, each to their own, you know. It's, again, people ask me, do animals have souls? And I say, of course they have souls. There's no doubt about it. We went through a very challenging moment when one of the popes declared that all animals had no souls. And the backlash to that was horrific, especially in my videos that I posted a couple of 3 years ago. I don't know if they're still there, but it was like kids were, you know, kicking cats and dogs and throwing stones at them, and the mums and fathers were saying it's okay because animals don't have souls. And many atrocities happened at that point because one man stated that. Well, obviously now, you know, since then there's been a few popes, and one of the popes, I don't know, has 2 donkeys. I'm not so sure if he's the pope or not anymore, but it was the Polish one. He had 2 donkeys as pets, and he took them everywhere where he went with him. So what I did at one point in my village, which might have been a bit silly, but you know, I was really anti donkeys, and I didn't want them to be ridden anymore. So I took some screenshots and made about 100 leaflets and put them into the bars, and basically it was the donkeys with the Pope, and I just put them down so people could see, actually, you know, the Pope's got 2 donkeys, you know. So I tried to make people understand. It is challenging when you see abuse of animals every day, and the abuse is all over the world. People's arguments is that people shoot wildlife, and they say, well, we get so much money to be able to protect the rest of the animals. But I think at the end of the day, you can justify what you want, but what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong, in my opinion. If you love animals, you'll love them no matter what. There is also the other argument too about, well, if you love animals, why do you eat meat? And so on. So the arguments go on, and they will forever. I chose about a year ago to stop eating meat. I chose because of my health, and also because I just felt it wasn't right for me anymore. I don't question anybody else. I don't judge anybody else when they eat meat, because I used to eat meat all the time and love meat. It just doesn't feel right to me anymore. So I think, you know, at some point in our life, I think maybe, just maybe, we might raise our level of awareness and realize that, you know, I'm still here. My body's never felt healthier and better in my life. Well, do I need to eat meat? No, I don't. I eat fruit and vegetables every day, and my body's never felt better in my life. I feel more balanced. I feel happier. I feel just different, but in an energetic way. Most of the time anyway. Here it's been a little bit challenging because of lots of stuff going on around here. Lots of energies shifting and all sorts. But in truth, it's pretty nice here as I sit. And that's it really. I just wanted to share a little chat with you guys today. Nothing really particular I want to talk about today. It's just that I actually fed a squirrel this morning. I came face to face with it here. They're all over, and it was so friendly. and it was like, oh, you know, wildlife, they're free, and yet they wanted to come and just say hello and grab one of my nuts. It was great. It was lovely. So I might even post that after this, so you can see me feeding the little squirrel. That would be nice. Okay, guys. Once again, please, from my heart to yours, just, it always happens this time of year. Where's my crystal? It's coming. They've all been sent, and one of the things that I make sure at Bajerski.com is when you place an order, it gets sent that day. So from there, the Spanish post, it's up to them. And they often, when we ask them, they say, look, this is Christmas, it's challenging, it's difficult. So there's nothing I can do if you've placed an order, you know, a few days before Christmas and expect it for Christmas Day. I can't do anything about that, guys. I really can't. The only thing is that next year we're going to do more with UPS and the big companies, but that's obviously going to cost you. I cover all the charges when you buy a crystal from my website, so it costs you nothing other than the crystal. That's it. You pay for that price and it gets shipped to you. And I do it, always do it signed, so it's more than just normal post. So we're going to another company now, so hopefully you can have a choice then, and you can pay. What have I just sent a pack of crystals off just now to Palo to have molded and made and handmade, sorry, and carved with my initials on. Just a small box that cost me $410 for a small box. It's so ridiculous. It's that, you know, I could give a talk about that. The absolute scandal of these companies. They must make billions on us, you know, for a little box at that kind of money. But anyway, so just remember, guys, your crystal will get to you just at the right time. It will. So don't worry, it will come to you. We very, very rarely get a crystal returned. They're normally brilliant, and they get there on as when they should get there. So try a little bit of patience, guys. I do understand if you bought a present for your loved one and they don't get it on Christmas Day. It's a bit soul destroying. I get that. I totally get that. All I can do is apologize. It isn't my fault. It really isn't. So and plus, when you do get it and your loved ones get this beautiful crystal, it all feels right. So thank you so much for buying from Bajerski.com. Again, thank you for everything this year that you've done. Love you all. I hope you've enjoyed the videos that I've done this year. I think nearly a video every week, right? Nearly. Yeah, I think maybe more. We've done quite a lot together, and we've become pretty close in friendship. I've made a lot of friends via all the comments. You're all in my heart. So many of you, I'm not going to mention your names, but I do love you all. And I do hope that these videos have made a difference in your life, so you've become stronger. And you know what? We fall. We get back up, we fall. But it's always nice to know you can come to this channel and switch it on and listen to a different way of seeing things, like your family wouldn't share with you or other people. This is a normal channel with a normal guy sharing his experiences over these 13, 14, 15 years now. And hopefully some of them might make sense to you, which then gives you the confidence to get up and say, you know what, I'm not listening to that. What he said makes sense. What she said, I'm not listening to. So this kind of helps you from clearing the darkness and the sadness, the issues, the problems, the weaknesses, the jealousies of others, so it doesn't affect you. This channel is for you, to make you strong and realize that people, when they're silly towards you, you can just wash it away by watching this channel and realizing that actually they're being silly. And you know, there are far many beautiful souls like you and I who are sensitive than the people who are just silly. So you're never alone, and I know it's Christmas, but you're not alone at all. So be happy, be strong, and go for a walk in Mother Nature like I did this morning. It's a beautiful thing to do. And maybe, just maybe, try to give yourself a week or so without eating meat and see what happens. I'm telling you, even if it's for 1 week, your body will cleanse and clear. And just eat lots of plant-based food, drink lots of juice, lots of water, clear your body, and I'm telling you, life changes. Even in 1 week, you'll feel the difference. Okay, that's it. Have a great few days. Again, I don't believe in Christmas too much, but I have a grandson called Hugo, so, you know, never take that special moment of Father Christmas away from them because it's so beautiful. Remember that when you were young. So, okay, that's it. Have a great, great day, guys. Take care from my heart to yours. See you tomorrow. Bye.